Hey Disney fans, let me ask you a question. Have you ever gone to a park, whether it's Disney or Universal, and forgot something? Or have you gotten there and you ended up needing something, or you wanted something and you wish you had bought it before you came? Well, that's what this episode is about today. 30 things to bring to a Disney and Universal park. Welcome, this is Confessions of a Former Disney Newbie, episode 5, and I am Karen. So as a mom, I can tell you, getting your nails painted before you leave is pretty important, especially since I'm a mom of 2 daughters. So definitely number 1, get your nails painted. Going to the parks, one of the best things you can do for yourself is wear the right shoes. Tevas, Nikes, it doesn't matter. Just make sure they're comfortable. Another thing that we like to do is have custom shirts made before we leave. So this is something you might want to look into. You can go on the Etsy app or Etsy.com and try to find something that you and your family like. Oh my goodness, this one is so important. If you're in the parks and you get the Mickey Mouse ice cream popsicle bars, ice cream on a stick, it's going to melt. And if you bring these little popsicle stick holders, it'll be a mess saver. So please make sure you find some of these and bring them with you. It'll be worth it. Now, the magic bands is something that Disney will send you a couple of weeks before you leave. So do not forget these. You will have to pay for them, I believe, once you get to the parks if you forgot them. So very important, don't forget your magic bands. Now, one thing you can do that's cute and customizable is go to Etsy and find custom wraps for your magic bands to make it more you. So that way, if you are getting the free magic bands, you don't have to have just the plain colors. You can do something cute and fun. And piggybacking on that idea, you can do the same thing with your iWatch. You can get a customizable wristband, and you can get a case to go around the face of your iWatch, as you see in this picture. So there are lots of different styles to choose from. So go to Etsy and shop away. Alright, now over in EPCOT, one of the fun things you can do for your children is take them to each of the KidCot areas in each country. And what we did was I bought my daughter a passport around the world to EPCOT, as you see here, and she took it to each cast member from each different country, and they wrote something for her and they put a stamp. So very cute, something fun they can have as a good souvenir, and something that I don't think you'll be able to find in EPCOT or in the parks. It's something you'll have to find online before you go. Okay, so since the opening of Pandora, something that you'd want to buy before you leave is glow-in-the-dark paint. The nighttime area in Pandora, as you can see, glows, and it's such a fun thing to do. The girls really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and it made for really fun photos. I found glow-in-the-dark paint on Amazon. These are the exact ones that we bought, so I recommend them, and I'll put links in the description for all the products I feature. Okay, so when you go to the parks, you're going to get hot, so make sure you bring something to help keep you cool. I recommend these cooling towels. They're water activated. I guess they last for about an hour or so. All you got to do is re-wet them to reactivate them. And then you can also get a small handheld portable fan. You'll see some Mr. fans, but they're big and bulky. I prefer these small ones. They keep you cool, they do the job, and they keep you from getting overheated. Now, I know bringing a stroller to the parks is kind of a no-brainer, but if you forget it, don't worry. You can rent one, or if you're flying, you can rent one. But strollers are more convenient other than toting your children around, you can tote your stuff, and you can bring ice chests in the parks. So definitely worth to have, so you don't have to rent a locker. Okay, so when you're in the parks, taking pictures is part of the experience, just like riding the rides are. So make sure you have a good camera with you. We bring our GoPro. We also use our iPhone and our Canon, so just make sure you bring it. Don't forget it. So one of my confessions from my first trip is I did not buy an autograph book and pen before we left. I had to buy one in the park. You can find autograph books with pens online, whether it's the Disney Shop app or if it's on Etsy, Amazon, eBay. You can find these things anywhere. You'll probably save money if you buy it before you go. So that's what I recommend. I also recommend going online and buying Disney pins and lanyards before you leave for the parks, because if you're going to get into the Disney pin trading hobby, finding pins to trade online is going to be very important, because pins can add up in cost. So make sure you buy cheaper ones, the ones that you want to give away or trade, and then find the souvenir pins that you want in the parks that you want to keep for yourself. Okay, so it's Florida, it's summer, it's gonna rain, and you're gonna need ponchos. So one of the smartest things I can tell you to do is go buy some before you leave. You can buy some at the Dollar General for $1 a piece. And make sure you buy one for everyone in your family, plus one for your stroller. Because as you can see here, Colin was a hero. He gave up his poncho to save our stuff in the stroller to keep it from getting wet. So make sure you don't forget one, because we did. Something else you don't want to forget is some sort of powder or body glide. I know it's not something we talk about, but just be smart, because you're going to be walking around in the parks a lot. And this stuff will save you, because you don't want to be there miserable. You're there to have a good time. And while you're at it, please don't forget the Band-Aids. You're going to be, no matter what shoes you're going to be in, you're going to get blisters. So my daughter Chandler can tell you, she's not sitting down for the fun of it. Her feet hurt. And we do not, I repeat, do not start our day in the park without taking Advil first. Be smart, people. You need Advil, because no amount of preparedness is going to keep your legs and feet from hurting. So Advil up. And while I'm talking about pain relievers, you might as well get some Dramamine too, because if you're prone to motion sickness, there are a few rides in the park that can make you a tad nauseous. So just keep that in mind. Again, it's all about being smart. And again, I'll have links to all of these products in the description below. Okay, so you can't go to the parks without your ears. And yes, there are ears aplenty in the parks. However, you can shop online before you go. The Shop Disney app will have sales sometimes, and you might be able to buy these ears cheaper before you go. And it's the same ones you'll find in the park. So just a little tip on help saving money. And also bring an extra set of pair of clothes in the parks with you. There's wet rides, so in case you get soaked, you'll have something dry to get in, and you won't be uncomfortable. And do yourself a favor, do not forget your sunglasses. You're going to need them for your pictures and for the glare. And if you're blind like me, you're going to need your eyeglasses too, to help you see all the beautiful details in the parks. And then, of course, to help keep your sunglasses safe, don't forget to bring a sunglass strap. I mentioned earlier about bringing something to sit on. You're going to want to do this for the parades, especially if it's been raining, the ground will be wet, or if you just don't want to get dirty. You can use a poncho for this, or you can go buy you a cheap vinyl shower curtain or tablecloth. You can Disneyfy it if you want to, but you can use this to sit on the ground and save your clothes. And speaking of saving your clothes, when it comes to your dirty laundry, bring a pop-up hamper or a duffel bag to separate your dirty laundry, and this will give you more room in your suitcase to buy more souvenirs. And some more cute customizable things you can get are some koozies for your water bottles and your coffee mugs. Just something else to do to help make your Disney vacation a little more fun. And here's a quick tip. This isn't necessarily something you need to do or shop for before you leave, but in order to save you some shopping before you leave, you can have groceries from local grocery stores delivered to your hotel room. And this one's going to be pretty obvious. When you go to the parks, you're going to be out in the sun a lot, you're going to be swimming. Don't forget the floaties if you have little ones. And don't forget the sunscreen for everyone in your family. You won't regret it, because if you have to go buy it when you're there, you'll spend a little bit more for it. Okay, and my bonus piece of advice is bring your patience. The parks are going to be crowded, whether it's Disney or Universal. Have in mind, anticipate crowds no matter what time of year it's going to be, and it'll just enjoy your time in the parks a little bit better. So thank you for watching. I appreciate your time as always. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Care for Diz, and thank you for watching. And as always, here's to a magical vacation.
Now